yeah, so this will be more of a question answer session, which Srinath have planned out. He have arranged a couple of questions, which is basically going to talk about the NGO. So I told Srinath, prepare your questions, and then we shared it with our team, and Sharmika and Mahalakshmi added on more questions to that, and finally we comprised with a couple of questions. So what we thought is many people have doubts what I'm going to do. Many people have questions also, what we are getting into, because when a lot of people talk about NGOs, there's a lot of questions and a lot of doubts in people's mind. So I thought, why not, discuss about that and have more clarity as to what we are actually going to get in. So yes, Srinath, go ahead with your question. So this is Srinath. He is a part of our team. He did.
Hello,
You
everyone.
might have seen him previously in my previous shows. He's based in Kota right now, trying to do his, medical examinations. So yeah. So Srinath, you want to give a quick introduction about yourself, and then we will go to the FAQ.
Yes, sir. Hello, everyone. I am Shrinath. I am now currently studying in Kota. I am preparing for JEE from Kota now. Actually, sir said medical, but I am preparing for JEE. So
Oh, sorry.
that's my small introduction. Yeah. So I will carry on with the first question. So first question to you, sir, is what is the foundation or idea behind Life is All Positive? Because there are many NGOs. What makes our NGO different from them?
Okay, so how this all started was, as you all know, I don't know who all know about me. I used to do talks for the last 4 years with different people on colleges, corporates, and literally everywhere, completely giving back to the community and completely free of charge. So I've been doing for the last 4 years, and I met Srinath also through one of my sessions, which I did in Bede. But on a longer run, since the last 4 years, I thought it's time to make the group bigger. So initially, many people did push me to write a book. And suddenly, when I started writing the book, I was thinking, man, I don't want to make profit out of the book. So there should be some way that, I need to give it free to this world. Right. So that is when I came across this NGO, which I thought, okay, NGO is a good idea. So the money remains within the NGO and it circulates for the benefit of this community and the society. So that's how it all started. Then obviously I thought, let me just post on YouTube or Facebook that I'm starting something like that. And around 30 to 40 people willingly came forward to be a part of it. So that is how it all started. And then obviously discussing with that 30 people on a long term, I've been talking with each one of you for the last month, for every 1 hour to 2 hours, discussing on which areas we can get into. So there was various areas, and there was many issues which I heard from various people who's already part of the NGO, which is basically donation collection. Right? Most of the NGOs are driven by donation collection. So that's when I decided, why not we make this donation free NGO? No money involved. It is more giving your free time, giving your services completely free to what you guys can offer. And we would obviously give you in something in return, which you need from our NGO. So it's more of an exchange barter system. Plus, we are going to get into monthly magazines. We are going to get into various other things. In simple terms, within all our heart, there is positivity. Within all our heart, there is positivity. If we can bring out that positivity and share it to the world, our NGO basically helps you to get that. So you become positive, be a part of this NGO, you become positive, and when you become positive, the world slowly becomes positive. So that is how the foundation was created. That within, because now if you look at social media, if you look at the news, there's a lot of negativity which is spreading across. There's a lot of frustration, stress, pain, anger, all these coming and hitting most of the youth or most of the people right now. So there should be a system which is going to spread more positivity into this world, and that too completely free. We don't want anything from anyone. You have free time, utilize in spreading positivity. We have something to offer you, which is how to be positive, how to understand positivity, how life is all positive concept, making you positive so that your family, your society, the country, and at the end of the day, the world becomes positive. So that's how the foundation is all started. Is there more ways to spread positivity? I've been doing for the last 4 years. Is there more ways to spread this further on to various people? So that's the thought process behind it, and that's the core of it. Is at the end of the day, we all want positivity, but how many of you really understand what positivity and negativity is? Very few. You're all stuck in your stress, you're all stuck in your frustration, you're all stuck in depression, you're all stuck in all the mental issues which you are, talking about day and night. So there is a solution for all those. So we are coming as a team, working in as a team, and making that impact. So that's the foundation of why we actually started. Plus, I further on had various complaints from people that many people are starting NGO and they close it down because they don't have fund. So can we create an NGO ecosystem where we create a guideline for certain NGOs, how they can perform or how they can work or how they have to follow a certain structure so that their NGO becomes successful again without any donation, right? So that's the objective. Less money involved, more actions involved kind of an NGO, right? So that's how that NGO we thought of it. It's still in work in progress. So yeah. Yes, Srinath, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Now, second question which frequently comes in mind of many people is, what exactly is Life is All Positive mission and how will it work for society?
Okay, Life is All Positive mission is a mission which I previously told on the previous question also. It is first making yourself positive. If you do a certain things, if you understand a certain level of concepts about life, you tend to believe that life is all positive and negativity doesn't exist. When you say life is all positive and negativity doesn't exist, that is the core concept of this NGO at the end. So, first thing I always tell people, whoever comes into the NGO, you talk with our team, you talk with various people around the team. If you have any problems, if you have any issues, if you have any confusions, to you yourself understand the concept first. We want people who understands the concept first and willingly come forward to be a part of this, right? So now, for example, you would have your friends who's writing great articles, you would have friends having positive messages, positive people around your friends or your family members who are writing great poems. How many people look at those? Maximum 10, maximum 50 people only have that exposure. So we create a system where your friend, your uncle, your auntie, your brother, your sister, everyone have some positive content with them. Your father, your grandfather, your grandmother have positive content with them. How do we extract that out and share it to the world and share it across at such a level? Right now, if you look at any social media or any news, 70% to 80% is negativity being shared, or celebrity or sports. How can we supersede and overtake that? How can we supersede and win over that percentage and see all good things in the world? Right now, if you open newspaper, where is the good news? Right, 70% is some issues, some politics, some celebrity, or whatever is going on. Where are the good things? There's so many NGOs making an impact. How many people know about it? Very few. So our point is to have we already have a WhatsApp group. So how are we going to take this forward? We already have a WhatsApp group of 11,000 people. We start to grow that. We get into a monthly magazine. We get into collecting articles which are positive. We are going to get into more sessions, virtual sessions for students, for colleges, for adults. Age is not an issue and life is all positive. At the end of the day, everyone wants to know about positivity. So that is how we thought of expanding it. It is just a slow step. We are building up the core team right now. Once we have the core team, then we slowly expand with volunteers and more people. Anyone can be a part of it at the end, right? So that's the answer for that, Srinath.
Yes, sir. While answering the first question, sir, you told that Life is All Positive NGO is donation free. So I would like,
Yeah.
everyone would like to know, sir, if it is donation free, no funds are required, then how will it work without funds?
Okay, that is a very interesting question. So let me make it very simple. What do I have? Right. So it obviously starts with the team, or I, which I say, when I say I, is the whole team. What do we have? we do sessions completely free of charge to this world, and we've been doing for the last 3-4 years. So for example, how I'm going to do a non-fund collection where we are going to spread the objective positivity, let's make it very simple. I do a show, or a person who's trained to the way how I respond or talk, they do a show where our team comes together, goes into a college, does this show. After doing this show, what happens next? We talk with the principal or the college organization. Can you give us this hall completely free for doing a public show? So when we do this public show, we can invite public people. Obviously, the marketing and the ad, obviously, most of the colleges would have an ad column in the newspaper. They are going to publish that. Public is going to come. We are going to do a wider session for parents and students and adults. Obviously, the security and the protection will be given by the college itself. We can have a couple of college students to be a part of the volunteer to organize the crowd, and we do a public session completely free. The college gets the recognition for doing the show. Everything is done completely free. There's no fund or collection or money transaction. For example, we're getting into the magazines thing. We're going to have a monthly magazine which you're working on. So you guys have great articles, right? You have articles, you have content, you have positive poem, which is sinking to life is all positive concept. You collect that, give you credits for what you're doing. So you have this great poem on positivity. We give you credits, your Instagram profile, so that once the magazine goes out, they know the reader, they have their Instagram profile into it, and it goes completely digital. So what happens there? We have the 11,000 people, they all get a copy of the magazine. We're going to grow that group. We all get that copy of the magazine. There is no fund again. Now, for example, going into corporates, we do sessions, we do sessions for corporates also. When you do the sessions for corporates, obviously we want to have a book printed, right? Or a book published. Is there any way they can help us or sponsor us in publishing it? So we don't want cash. We don't want the money transaction. We want more of service. What can you do for us? And what can we do for you? More of a barter system. I have this, you have this. Let's interact and see how we can use it for a positive benefit. So that's how that works. And hopefully I've answered that question, Srinath.
Yes, sir. So while answering second question, you were telling about how individual we can be positive. So next question which comes in mind of many people is how life is all positive will be impacting individually and society as a whole.
Individual and society as a whole. So the mission statement for this NGO, what we say is a positive you to a positive world. So positive you in the sense means when you come into the system, we have a certain way how people in life is all positive live. Our main objective is to be positive first. So obviously working with our team, whenever there's some negative attitude or some negative characteristic which you have or some issues when you work with us, we will correct it whenever we see it. If there's something going wrong, we will tell you how you got to do it correctly. If there's something which you think you don't know, we will support you to make you understand. So basically, when you start doing positive things, indirectly you feel positive. Indirectly, you spread that positivity around, and maybe not. Positive might return back to you. I don't have any guarantee. All I know is when you do good stuff, the positivity will come back to you. That's what I believe in. And I've seen so many people experience the same. So the point is very simple. The objective and the benefit is you understand the concept of life is all positive. You understand how to deal your life positively. You understand as to how to react or to be with the society with all the positive you have. Once you understood that part, that positivity will transfer to your family regardless. That positivity will show the change within you to your family. That influences your family, that influences each society, that influences the country, and that influences the world. A simple mission which we want to achieve, and that's all our dream. Is there a way to make positivity free to this world? Is there a way to make positivity accessible to the world? Is there a way to feel that positivity which we all have within us itself? We are all born as a baby once upon a time. When we are born as that baby, we were 100% positive. In summary, this NGO's objective is to make you live like a baby for the rest of your life. I hope I've answered the questions, Pina.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So now, as we have started, Life is All Positive NGO. Many of the people would like to know what are the future plans of Life is All Positive NGO. Can you please tell this to everyone?
Future plans of NGOs. So the first step, what we are going to do is we are going to expand our membership base, right? Membership base means we have a Life is All Positive group of 11,000 people. We are going to build up by multiplying. So each team member is going to have their own WhatsApp group. They share their family. So building everyone into that community and increasing those members. There is different areas we are going to get into. Obviously, the social media platform where various good positive contents could be circulated and spread it to the social media. We are going to get into magazine, which I already told you, a monthly magazine, which would have obviously one of my articles, your public articles, if there's any positive poems, if there is any positive games for kids, on kids stories, small beautiful positive stories, or some kind of a word game, obviously healthy recipes, positive recipes. There's negative recipes and positive recipes, right? So about that, so that is the magazine part. We are also thinking of getting into storytelling, drama, which is again for. So what we are trying to achieve here is there is a lot of talent in the youth. There is a lot of energy within the youth, right? There is great people who are in music, but then most of the people repeat the negative music which is around the world. Why don't we come together and create positive music and share it completely free to this world? The concept and the core of this is I'm doing this because I love doing it without expecting anything in return. That is the biggest concept of Life is All Positive. So our thing is to keep pushing the world that life is all positive, life is all positive, life is all positive, and then get into various mediums, right? Get into various concepts which will further expand and spread. We are thinking of on such a level, can we have a news channel which shares only positive messages, right? Or can we have a newspaper which only shares positive messages? Can we get into different local languages? For example, most of the things are doing in English. So when we have a stronger team, can we get into Hindi? Can we get into Malayalam, which is my local language, various other languages, so that positivity hits people from every corner, that indirectly either they change and become positive, or they see the guilt which they're going to inculcate within them by not being positive, which will force them to be positive again. So we are going to hit the world with so much of positivity that they will get suffocated or they will unfollow us. But then we keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. There'll be one person who would follow us and understand the life, and they also carry on doing. So the main thing is, once we create this as a team, future after 100 years, 200 years, even though that team doesn't exist, it should carry on spreading positivity and slowly spreading around. It is not with me. At the end of the day, it's not with our team. Once the team creates a system, it keeps going, keeps going, keeps going for years and years and years. People will change, but the attitude or the concept will keep going so that it influences a larger crowd. Hope Srinath have answered that one too.
Yes, sir. After listening this answer, I really feel that everyone who will be the part of Life is All Positive will enjoy also. It's not just spreading the positivity, but individually, like
Yeah.
positive stories, and that we will enjoy that also. Like that will be
Yeah.
individually
So
for us.
further on to that, we have one of our team members, Sharmika. She was saying that, we should enjoy these meetings also. Have some games, have some fun, so that it adds more value to people who are a part of this. So we are going to have a monthly meeting with all members. Obviously, that will be a long 2-hour, 3-hour show. Obviously, there'll be one of my talk. We can have one of our members to do a session for people. So it's more all revolving around learning and evolving with positivity. So every month you showcast your talent, right? You showcast your talent on positivity. You have some positive music. Go live onto our group of team and do it. Let the world see you. So it's basically giving exposure and a platform to make life all
Challenge.
positive and good, right?
Yes. Yes. Yes, after listening this, many people will be interested to join Life is All Positive NGO. So I would
Yeah.
like to ask you a question. How anyone can join Life is All Positive NGO?
First of all, before thinking of joining this NGO, my first point is do it because you love doing it without any expectation of return. That is the first point. Don't think that what you're going to get back. For me, I have been doing this, the team has been doing free sessions for the last 4 years. We never expected anything back, and we don't want anything back. We don't want thank you, we don't want appreciation. We are just doing it because we love doing it. Why we are starting this NGO? Because we love doing it, right? So what we need to understand here is how to be a part of it. First, that should be your attitude, willingly coming forward because you like positivity, you like the concept, and you want to spread it. The next thing what you have to do is you have to visit one of our website, which is lifeisallpositive.org, which is LIFE, or is allpositive.org. You have a join in button somewhere. Click on that, submit your details. Once you submit your details, we will get notified. Then you are going to have a personal call with one of our team, or me, myself, or my wife, whoever it is, will have a personal call to have a talk with you to see if everything is okay and you feel positive. Once that is understood, we will see where you can fit properly into our system. And obviously, the role will be given based on what you like. We are never ever going to push anyone to any role. We're not never going to say, you have to do this. You tell us how you can offer your services. You tell us how you can offer your time. We will figure out some way to incorporate into that. Because at the end of the day, everyone in the world have free time. The only thing we are asking is make it utilized, working with us or being a part of it. It is your call. I'm not requesting to be a part of it. It is a choice. There's many things to do in this world, but then the free time, many people are misusing it. I tell everyone, even all our team members or whoever is with, first your family, then your duties. The freest of the freest time, only use in this. And if you have a lot of people who have the freest of the freest time, then obviously the team will grow and make that impact. So how do you join it? It's very simple. Just visit our website and then log in and join us. You have a big form to fill. It is just to make us understand to what level of support you can, and then you are in, right? So we are also creating the values and the objectives for being a team member. We are creating a document for that. We will need an acceptance from your side too, that you agree to this, because when different people from different walks of life, they have different intentions and different way of moving with things. So that principle has to be agreed. So we are just working on that, and shortly that will be shared to all team members. Yes, Rina.
Yes, sir. So next question which comes to mind of many people is, what is the criteria to be the member of Life is All Positive NGO? Can you please explain it?
What is the criteria? First thing is you have to feel positive, right? That is the first thing. If you're not feeling positive, talk to one of us and understand the Life is All Positive concept, or whatever problems you have, discuss with our team first so that you feel good about it. The third criteria is don't expect anything in return, because we are not going to give you anything in return anyways. We don't want anything from you also. But then you have this free time which you think that I'm just overthinking and wasting, which I'm just, dreaming and wasting. Or there is some questions which I have doubts about my life. Get those answers and feel positive first. If you are willing to do or contribute into this NGO or this Life is All Positive mission without any expectation in return, you are qualified into it. Right? That is the only one qualification or criteria for being a Life is All Positive team member or volunteer is don't expect anything in return. Obviously, when we go and make it bigger, volunteers will come. They might need a certificate. They might need a recommendation. That is all a part of it. But the point is, your true intention should be without expectation in return. That's the only one criteria, and the most simple criteria, because the whole mission and the team which I have right now is working based on that. We don't want anything back in return. no recognition, no thank you, no appreciation. We just do it because we love doing it. We just do it because life is all positive. In positivity, we don't expect. We are people who we believe who works from heart. Heart doesn't expect anything. Mind is what expects the things. So we want people who work from the heart and not from the mind. Mind always wants something. Love just loves. Love just does. Love will never expect anything in return. That's the only one criteria I would ever say to be a part of it. And if that is the criteria, you are a positive human being, anyways. So go ahead, Srinath.
So next question. After joining Life is All Positive NGO, from where can I get the information about the plans or works about the NGO so that I can contribute to NGO?
So what happens is after having a call up with any of our team members, understanding what your capacity is, how you can contribute. After that, what happens is you naturally will be coming into a part of our messenger system. We have a system which we are working on, which gives you complete updates of what is happening and what are the updates. Even the history discussion will have access to you. Make sure you keep it confidential because it's just exclusive. Even though if you share it, doesn't make any difference. As long as it's for the positive reason, we don't mind. But make sure you keep it confidential. Once you be a part of that team, you will understand how the team works, what the attitude of the team, and how important is whatever we do. Obviously, then we have a system which will assign you different tasks. First, we'll have a personal discussion to understand. So we have different areas we are going to get into, like magazines, blogs, news portal, all that. There's different areas. So we will put you in one of the area. There will be a lead, or there will be 2 or 3 people leading the area. They will give you the executional plans of what you need to do, and you got to report to them, and then it obviously reports to us. And that's how the whole system is going to work. We are still working on to create a very smooth transaction. It is just that we are evolving with time, and that system will support you and understand. And then everyone has direct access to me and the head team or the senior core team. Any issues, messages, and we will try our best to respond in 24 hours or whatever it is. We try. If you really see, whatever you do, at the end of the day, we try our best to support the team. For us, the first thing is the team comes first. Everything else can wait, right? That's the objective we have. That's how we're going to work, and let's see how it goes further on.
Sir, you told to know the plans or about work about the team that anyone can connect with the main team. So next question arises from the same question. How anyone can connect with the main team or you? So how can they do that?
So when you are part of our system, you have all our emails, you have all our personal contacts. It is just a one-on-one message like WhatsApp. You can just send us a message and you have direct access to anyone in our team. And the other thing about the team, I always say, even I'm a part of the team. Every single person, even you who have joined, is a part of the team. So when people have any doubts or issues, the team is going to respond regardless. If you want a personal conversation of your personal issues, you can directly contact anyone. And anyone who's a part of the team would have the personal contact details of all the senior people or all the core team members, and that will be readily accessible for them once they join the system.
Okay, sir. Next question is, how can anyone contribute to Life is All Positive NGO? There are 2 cases in it, sir. Someone has lots of sufficient time and someone has very less free time. So
Okay.
how can anyone contribute if he has too much of free time or very less free time?
So it depends on your capacity and your skill and how well you want to contribute to it. Because sometimes what happens is that you have free time maybe monthly once, right? You're a very busy person. You're just having a free time when only on a monthly basis. If that is the case, when you're on a monthly basis, we would get you into the areas which needs a monthly contribution. For example, a monthly magazine, you need a monthly contribution, right? So that is how that is going to work. So some will need weekly contribution, so you have weekly. Some is a daily contribution, so it works on a daily basis. So it doesn't matter if you have a lot of time or less time. It matters on how much time do you have. And if you say you have a whole day, and you want to spend this whole day in spreading this positive, we will give you stuffs based on the whole day concept. There's many things we are, translation. When you go to local language, there's a lot of time which is needed, a lot of manpower which is needed. So don't worry about that. We will find and suit you in the lead. If you have half an hour on a monthly basis, we will tell you just read through the whole magazine to tell us if it is 100% error free or not. Anyone reads a magazine in half an hour or 1 hour's time. So that's how we want to do. It's not that me or you, it is we at the end which wants to make an impact. So each reading of a magazine, you might find some error, I might find some error. So that's how we go about doing.
So next question is, what benefits will an individual get if he joins Life is All Positive NGO?
So what benefits you will get? First of all, don't look into the benefit, right? I've been keep saying, don't look at for any expectation return. Benefit, you will have this network, right? You will have contacts with a certain level of people who thinks from a positive perspective. The other benefit is you yourself, once you have that, there's a saying, once you hang around with positive people, you will understand and feel positive. And the benefit is being a part of this team, which focuses on doing things because you love doing it. Obviously, any doubts about life, any doubts about your thing, you can obviously share with any of the team members so we can help you through also, right? You have concerns because you really don't know where the opportunity actually lies for you. Right now, the other benefit, which I don't want to tell to the world openly, but if you really want to do it, any work which you do, you will be given credits for. So if you do a design, or if you do a music composition, or if you do a video, if you do an animation, we will be giving credits for whatever you're doing. So as this goes further on, if someone likes your work, they're going to directly contact you and get you the work done. So this is a network which shares positivity. This is a network which gives you exposure, and that exposure, where it leads to, even I don't know, even I can't guarantee. But then your intention is pure, it will reach the right people. The right people will, because most of the people right now needs positivity. If you're positive, people will come after you. Just wait for it, right? So that's the benefits. If you really want it, it is we really don't know what benefits it is. Some people being in a Life is All Positive group, they read all the messages in the 6-7 months, they say that their life is flipped. I really don't know. Positivity is a very personal experience. Positivity is more of a very very yourself thing, right? I cannot say my life is positive. Your experience of positive can be completely different. What solutions you're looking for is completely different. So what's the benefit? Only you and your heart knows what benefit is going to give you. So leave that question mark, try it out and see how it goes. If it doesn't, you're always, you can take your decision whichever way you want.
So the last question which I would like to ask you is, if anyone who is the part of Life is All Positive NGO can leave the NGO for any of his personal reasons at any time.
So just little more objective on the team, right? So we are going to differentiate, or have 3 or 4 level of teams, which is, one is the core team, who basically are the people who decide each and every small step, who gives feedback on each and every small step which we are going to take. So that is point number 1. Second thing, we have the execution team, which is a very, not a short term, more of a project base. You have a project, you keep doing it and it moves on. Then you have the volunteer system, which is very temporary. It is more action related and it's a more task related job. You keep doing this stuff, keep doing this task and get that thing through. Then you have the members who are a part of this just to enjoy positivity, just to get access to the magazines or that way. So there's 4 levels of people who we understand who's the complete team. Even our membership is our team too, right? So this is a very long-term commitment, which means you are the core team and you'll be recognized as a core team to expand this. This is a midterm. There's a project, please complete the project and then you can decide if you want to continue or not. So all these core team, let us know way in advance if you're moving out. That's one thing. If it's the execution team, make sure it's with the project or without, when the project gets over or before that, or if there's any issues, give us in advance. Volunteers, in a week's time, let us know so that we can have someone in that role. Members, it's a purely your will. You can leave anytime, or because the thing is, we just we are not even focused on growing our members also. We are not even focused to grow this also. We are a certain set of people coming together to spread. Whoever wants it will take it, because I'll tell you something. Negative people can't take too much of positivity also. They will unfollow you. So be ready for that, but you keep hitting negative people positive. One day they will believe positivity is the right way to go. So initially there'll be a lot of rejection. Initially there'll be a lot of challenge. Initially there's a lot of thing, but slowly we change one person at a time. That creates an impact, and that creates that positive impact. Got it?
Yes, sir. So this was some of the basic questions which are frequently asked by many people to you. So just we did a show
Great.
on it. I'm done with my questions.
Perfect. It was Srinath who actually, suggested this great idea, because many people have a lot of confusion, and that is why I told Srinath, let's just do it both together, so that it can add. So there's one last question. Mahalakshmi is asking. Okay, any audience want to ask any question? Let us know so we can answer. So, sir, to add last question, can we rejoin LIAP? You can obviously rejoin. We have no grudge or anger because you are leaving. We are happy you're leaving because you have figured it out, right? You can obviously join, come back, join, come back. As long as you have this free time which you want to utilize, be a part of it. There is no issues at all in whichever way it is. There is no bound in whichever way you do. It's purely spreading positivity. Spreading positivity don't bound you. They leave you free. They leave you to fly. They give you that freedom of thinking and the way to move out things. So we have no issues, but just let us know in advance. If you're joining also the same protocol, if you know what you're doing, you can obviously come back to it. Different people have different commitments. For example, you have your exams. That time you can't contribute. At least let us know that you can't contribute. So we know, we move on and shift it, right? So the earlier you share with us the problems, the earlier we can find a solution or the people who can replace, so that for a temporary basis. So everything is very flexible and everything is very adaptable. It is just that it is we. If you can't do it, someone else will step in. If I can't do it, someone else will step in. If Srinath can't do it, someone else will step in, right? So that is how the thing is. So don't think it as, oh, I'm bounded to this. Feel free to share your problems so we understand your conditions and we can work it from that way. So any other questions from the group? I think that is good enough. I've answered most of it. And I would like to thank Srinath especially for coming forward in doing this. It really adds value. Obviously, you can re-edit this whole thing. Have some fashionable questions. Srinath asking questions in different forms to make it look better. And plus, Sharmika and Mahalakshmi for adding another 2-3 more questions. And even Mahalakshmi had come live and asked a question. So this is our team. We see now we never had this question. So Mahalakshmi comes in, gives this great question, we get the answer. So it's all we learning, it is all we improving, it is all we being positive more than anything else. If that is understood, you become we and your family becomes we, each our family becomes we, society, country, and the world becomes positive. It's just a small mission we are starting. We don't know how far we are going to go. We don't know how big we are going to be. But our objective is, let's do one step at a time, one person at a time, one family at a time. There is no age limit. Many people tell, is this only for the youth? No, we want old people also. We want senior people also. They have a lot of information which the youth doesn't know. We want young kids also who sees their life differently from what I see. Each age sees life differently. We want the positive outlook of all ages to come together. And if someone has a problem, they just come into the system, understands the solution, and spreads around further on. Right. So that's the quick show which we did. And special thanks to Srinath again for coming forward to do it. There'll be much more interesting shows coming in. We are working on a lot of new types of shows too, how to do. There was a question, one of our team member has told, why don't we have a debate on various topics, positivity versus negativity? So we are going to have more entertainment things which will be going on. So stay tuned for that. This is just one first show which we did to tell you what we are up to, so that you all have an idea. And many people tell you, why do you share all the ideas openly? Why the team shares? If you want to copy our idea, go ahead and copy it. At least we know it's a copied idea which is going to lead to positivity. That is the objective. Spread it, spread it, spread it, so that the world have no other choice than to accept positivity. That's it from my side. It was a pleasure. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Srinath for being a part of this. And hopefully we will see how it goes. This will be saved for future references if you want to. So it was a pleasure. Thank you. And
So,
thank
sir,
you, Srinath. We'll be
sir,
just signing
one
out
more
from.
question.
You have one more question. Srinath has one more question.
Or
Yeah.
like only for team members and ourselves. So what are the short-term
Yeah.
plans? Now, you said now on that Rock One group, Life is All Positive group, you told that you
Yes.
are going to arrange groups on the interest wise. So can you please
Yes.
explain about it? What is that plan completely?
So this is for our team members, right? Who's already part of the team. So the first thing what we're going to do is, now we make an FAQ. Obviously, that will be coming to our website on different ways. The next step is, different people have selected different groups in the forms which they have actually submitted on their areas of interest. So what we're going to do is, we're going to create different spaces and assign someone or one of our core team members to take over that. So me or my wife or one of the core three people will be a core team of it, giving advice or giving how this space or how this thing has to execute. So the next 6 months, we are going to create an execution plan, right? Because execution plan is very important. I don't want to directly get into it. What we're going to do, how we're going to do it, what is the format, what is the layout, what is the agreements which needs to be figured out, everything we're going to work in the next 6 months. Once all the spaces in the next 6 months have a certain execution plan, for example, WhatsApp group, what do we plan to do in the next 6 months? How many groups are going to be created? How many people within our group is going to create their own groups? For example, magazine layout, magazine format, magazine colors, magazine cover, magazine end. Is there an editor to be a part of it, or do we edit as a team? All this will be discussed in the next 6 months. So we have an execution plan for all these 5, 6, or 10 areas. And then once this COVID slows down, once the traveling becomes easy, come down and be a part of it. And then we'll register the NGO, and then boom, boom. Then it goes fast forward, asking volunteers to join. Every session we do, we're going to request volunteers to come forward. It's just volunteers coming in. The spaces are really understood. The areas is very, very understood by the core people. Volunteers gets joined in. We have more manpower to support, and that grows exponentially, right? So that's the plan right now. So it's a 6 months thing which I'm going to work on. Now, this was a new thing which Srinath suggested. There's many suggestions which is coming. Next Sunday, we have our all member meeting. There, the further discussion will happen, how we're going to take it further on. There's a next question from Aisha. Any basic restriction? No, just enjoy. In positivity, there's no restriction, provided you don't go do anything wrong, or provided you don't, put us or the team in any wrong spot, or go and do something which is against the core principles of this. Obviously, the team would have a core, and once that core is understood, it will work it from there. I hope, Aisha, I have answered to that question. There is no restriction at all. We keep ourselves out of politics, religion, or anything of that sort. Our focus is positivity only. So we filter out everything else for positivity. Everything is equal. Make sure you don't do negative stuffs at the end, so that people point, see, look at this people. Because I hear these things. I've talked to one, I think I talked to Sharmika, and Sharmika, I know, someone who told me that a kid started an NGO who wanted to take books from old books and give it to orphans. So they go and create a team, and the team, what they did is they took the book and started selling the book, right? So the whole NGO had to shut down because people just misused it. So don't misuse it. That's the only restriction we would keep. But then still, if there is any problem, let us know. We don't want to keep any restriction. It is just a free will. Let's just spread it. Do a child have any restrictions? As long as the sense is working fine, there's no restriction for a child. So let all be as a child, working positively, spreading positively, and making an impact. So that's it. Aisha is also just newly joined in our team, so she just joined in. So she just added a question, which is really a good one too. So that's it, guys. It was a pleasure, everyone who has been a part of it. It's just to give an overview of what we plan to do, and thank you, everyone, and special thanks to Srinath once again for coming forward to make this impact on spreading positivity. We'll be signing out
Thank
on
you, sir.
social media. So you can
Thank
stay.
you, sir, for giving your precious time and arranging this
All
session.
thanks
Special thanks to you.
all thanks to God. That's what I keep saying. So Instagram,
Yes.
Facebook, YouTube, I'm signing out. So Facebook, YouTube, thank you. Mahalakshmi says thank you. Everything is good. So let me just sign out.